Hello and welcome to Quick Charge by Electrek. I'm MPGe, and it's Tuesday, January 31st. Tesla is going to build an assembly factory in Mexico City, according to a representative of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Last year, we reported that Elon Musk confirmed that Tesla is considering a site for a new factory in either Canada, Mexico, or the United States. In October, rumors of a factory in Mexico ramped up as Musk visited with the state and met with the governor. Local media reported that Tesla was particularly interested in a location in Santa Catarina, a municipality just outside of Monterrey in Nuevo León. In late December, government officials claimed that an announcement from Tesla was imminent, but now a different government official working directly with the president has spoken up. Mexican president spokesperson Jesus Ramirez said that Tesla is looking to invest in the new business hub project promoted by the president just 3 kilometers from the new Felipe Angeles International Airport. Officially, the Mexican government confirmed that Tesla visited the site, but that's about all. Previous government officials have claimed a done deal before, so we are still waiting with bated breath. Tesla confirmed that it grew its headcount by 29,000 employees last year, despite waves of layoffs. Tesla confirmed that it is just now short of 128,000 employees, which is starting to approach those of competitors like GM and Ford, which produce a lot more vehicles overall. Really, it's not an apples-to-apples comparison, since Tesla has a lot of employees working in sales, service, and deliveries that other automakers don't have. But a lot of Tesla's growth in 22 actually came from its new factories in Berlin and Austin. Tesla is trying to hire as many as 10,000 factory workers at each of the factories, and the projects weren't subject to the automaker's hiring freeze last year. Unless there's a significant economic downturn, Tesla's growth is expected to continue at a higher rate as the automaker aims to raise production up to 20 million vehicles by the end of the decade. Tesla confirmed that it still holds a little bit of Bitcoin, and a little bit is relative. Remember Bitcoin? Tesla invested $1.5 billion in the cryptocurrency back in early of 2021, and soon they started accepting it as payment for vehicles. Tesla then went back on accepting it as payment, although they still held their stake. The cryptocurrency has since lost much of its value, and the automaker's position suffered greatly. But Tesla also sold gradually throughout the drop, avoiding a lot of the downturn. With the release of its 10K annual financial filings with the SEC today, Tesla has released more details. They said that, in brief, they sold most of Bitcoin in 22, but still hold about $184 million worth, while taking an impairment loss of $204 million in 2022. Tesla continues the gradual opening of its Supercharger network to non-Tesla electric vehicles, now with a few stations in Australia. Tesla has been focusing its effort on markets where the vehicles have their Supercharger network already using the CCS connector protocol, which is pretty much everywhere except for North America and China. In Europe, Tesla already opened up hundreds of stations in most countries that they operate in. And today, they confirmed that they are expanding to Australia. As for the North American market, we believe that the launch of the pilot program is getting close, as we recently learned of the solution that Tesla plans for the problem of using different connectors in the market. General Motors beat both top and bottom line results in the fourth quarter, leading to record earnings in 2022 as the automaker enters phase 2 of its EV rollout. General Motors' earnings grew in the fourth quarter of 22 compared to the previous year, reporting a revenue of $43.10 billion, up 28.4% from the fourth quarter of 21. Earnings per share were $2.12, up 57% from the fourth quarter of 21. Meanwhile, rising input costs continue to squeeze margins as GM's net income margin slipped from 5.2% last year to 4.6% in the fourth quarter of 22. In fact, 2022 was a breakout year for GM's electric vehicles, and that's what really concerns us, but the company expects 2023 to be even bigger. To add to its portfolio and drive growth, GM plans to launch the Chevy Silverado EV pickup in the first half of the year, with the Blazer and Equinox expected in the second half. GM announced that it would jointly invest with Lithium Americas to develop the Thacker Pass lithium project in Nevada. The project is expected to support the production of 1 million EVs annually and is scheduled to start in the second half of 2026. GM's joint venture with LG Energy Solutions also has 3 expected battery plants. The big question will be, How quickly can GM be able to ramp up production to meet its target of 1 million EVs by 2025? The market is becoming increasingly competitive, especially with price drops, first announced by Tesla, Ford, VinFast, and Xpeng. The official EPA ratings are finally out for the 2023 Hyundai IONIQ 6. Hyundai initially estimated that the sedan would get an estimated 340 miles of range on a single charge back at the LA Auto Show. They said it was one of the most efficient EVs on the market, with a drag coefficient of 0.22. And Hyundai did not disappoint. The longest range trim level, which is the IONIQ 6 SE rear-wheel drive long range, it scored 361 miles on the EPA test. They confirmed that a 140 combined MPGe rating for this vehicle, placing it among the top of fueleconomy.gov's 2023 top 10 list. The iconic Lotus brand is going public on the U.S. stock exchange. In June of 2017, Zhejiang Geely Holdings Group, or just Geely for short, bought a majority ownership in Lotus Cars. Geely has scooped up several brands like Volvo, which owns Polestar, and plans to accelerate their efforts to go electric. Lotus is expected to keep its name Lotus Technology and will trade on the Nasdaq under the ticker LOT. This SPAC merger is with El Cateron Asia Acquisition Corporation, and the value of the combined business is totaled around $5.4 billion, while Lotus's existing shareholders, including Geely and Neo Capital, will retain their interests and own 89.7% of the equity. Through a manufacturing partnership with Geely, Lotus has access to the company's 150,000 annual EV unit capacity and dedicated EV manufacturing facility in Wuhan, China. In today's community comment found on YouTube, John H. says, "Seeing as you are on the payroll of both Ford and General Motors, surely you can afford a shirt with a collar." Well, John H., someday I dream of getting a collared shirt. But you might not believe it, but I came from a rather poor upbringing. I used to have to get up in the morning at 10 o'clock at night, half an hour before I went to bed, eat a lump of cold poison, work 29 hours a day down at the mill, and pay the mill owner for permission to come to work. And then when I got home, my dad would kill me every night and dance around my grave singing Hallelujah. Try to tell the kids that these days and they wouldn't even believe you. Thanks for watching Quick Charge by Electrek. I'm MPGe. I hope you have a great day.